Hello, hello, Akita here, and today we're going to talk about design, designing a printable. Specifically, today we're going to be looking at an invitation, but I want to show you how to use AI to take inspiration from an actual source. We're going to do like my old art teacher from college said, where he basically told us to just go ahead and look at all the masters, look at what they did, look at their techniques, and then go ahead and spice it up with your own certain special little something. Same thing here. We're going to go ahead and grab an actual source image from Etsy. We are not going to copy it, okay? We don't want to copy it. We want to kind of glean from the inspiration of the aesthetics of it and put our own little sweet little twist onto it, okay? And if you're someone who's like reluctant, you're like, I have no skills, I'm not really a good designer. I'm not either. Excuse me, those skills kind of come about as you kind of get used to like looking at stuff that is selling well, looking at things that other people seem to love, looking at stuff that like you love and asking yourself, okay, well, why is it so pretty? The bold lines, this actual color, whatever the case may be, okay? So we're going to start with the source image. I'm going to show you some techniques, some tricks, some tips. We're going to be in Canva Pro a lot. I have nothing against free tools. I do not, I have a number of free tools that I always go back to, but if we're talking about this kind of work, this kind of design, which has to be more nuanced, you have to be able to kind of get in there and do some moving around. I do recommend Canva Pro, and I do love ChatGPT as an actual image generator, but Nano Banana is what I'm going to rock out with today because it was giving me the best results for the actual work that we're going to be doing today. So that being said, let's go ahead and grab our source material, which is this particular invitation right here. It is selling very well. It's in a lot of people's carts. People are loving this little coquette type style, I guess bow. Like it's like a popular thing on Etsy right now at the time of this filming. So what I did was I just took a screenshot of this actual image and then I popped it into Gemini. And notice here what I said. I didn't say copy this sucker. What I said was in 5:7 aspect ratio and Nano Banana within Gemini, the actual image generator, it's very, very good at giving you something close. It's not exact yet, but something close to the aspect ratio that you request. And I happen to know that this particular invitation is in 5:7. Please create a different design, but with the same vibe and aesthetic as the invitation. Change the color as well, but keep the standard invitation elements. Keep the bow, but give it a whimsical look. Now, if push come to shove and you see something that's this girly and sweet, kick it in with like, hey, give me a whimsical look. Give me a fairy tale look. It's all in the adjectives. Give me a pastel look. Give me a rainbow color look. Something like that. Throw some stuff out and see what you get. Now, I do have Gemini Pro because it's just worth it. To me, it really, really is with all the work that I do inside of it. So I'm going to have more generating power than someone who has a free account. But if you get kind of good with your prompts and you kind of pace yourself out, you might be able to tease out what you need when it's all said and done before you run out of generations. All right, here we go. So I did that, and then this is what it gave me. Let me zoom out so you can see the full design. So we have here whimsy. For whatever reason, whimsy means like zhuzhes and like little flares and stars and that sort of thing. So you have the exact, notice the original design, but we still have the coquette bow, but it looks different. The color is different. We still have the layer at the bottom. That's okay. All invitations have that. And then we have like this kind of really cool kind of watercolorish background. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. But now we have to go ahead and extract elements because some people on YouTube would just go ahead and download this bad boy, which you might be able to, but that doesn't always quite work out the way that it should. I'm going to show you why in this particular case in just a moment. But what I like to do is I like to start extracting elements that I can then manipulate in Canva. I want ultimate control, or as much control as I have, as I can actually tease out of this process over my design. So what I put next was, zoom in, please recreate only the bow with the whimsical elements around the bow. I put bowl, sorry, I was typing pretty quickly, in a 1:1 or 1:1 aspect ratio white background. So now I have the bow from that original design. Then I'm like, okay, please recreate the whimsical elements at the bottom of the purple design in a 1:1 aspect ratio white background. So I'm pulling out the clip art that I want to use in my own design for the invitation. Please give me another set of those elements in a different design or layout. Did that white background. I'm like, hey, give me this background as well too, because I love this watercolor. Not bad. And then I said, you know what, can I get some greenery? Can I get some lavender? Because at this point I'm thinking, okay, if I want to do something a little bit different, I could do something with like little sprigs of lavender or things of that nature, make it look really, really pretty. And so then it gave me this white background, right? Make the green a deeper shade of green. And then it gave me that. So you can do basically whatever you want. You kind of get a sense of, okay, I'm not going to ask for pink. I want something that's going to go ahead and match the aesthetic. I want it to still be kind of soft, watercolory, that sort of thing. And so it teases out all these little pretty things. Now, I think I also tried to, oh yeah, I was playing around with this. I'm like, give me a comic book style. And this is what it gave me. So like literally it'll give you pretty much whatever you want. I think I asked for a chalkboard style. Yep, chalkboard style, gave it all like this, kind of merged the chalkboard with the actual comic. And then I loaded up this image again and I said, you know what? I want to give me everything except for give me the background and get rid of everything else, right? Remove everything except for the background of the image. Because I really like this kind of like purple blue sort of tint going on here. And could I have done that in Canva? Probably. Is this looking good right here where it is? Yes, it is. So I'm going to work with that. I don't need the whole design, I just need a piece of it. So now I'm here back in the invitation Canva template 5x7. Now what I can show you, because I've already uploaded these images because I was testing some stuff out. Let me duplicate this just for myself. Here we have this, okay? And what I've seen people do is just kind of take this and do a little bit of like, you know, messing around with it and with the Magic Studio tools, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. But here's the problem with that when people start doing this, because like this looks pretty good, right? If I go ahead and I duplicate this and I bring it over here, or maybe, oh, it's going to take the whole frame. Hold on. It thinks I mean the frame. Let me get the actual image. Let me go to uploads, click this in here, boom. Okay, so this looks pretty good overall, minus bringing this down. Looks pretty even, looking pretty good. However, whoever's purchasing this, I already know looking at the actual sales page or the listing on Etsy, is that they're going to be expecting one to be able to edit this name. Their kid may not be named Keely. They have to edit the date and the actual street and everything else. And that's where things get tricky, because what ends up happening is, let me go ahead and let's detach the image. Let me move my head up here. Clicking on the actual link, I have the image. I'm going to go over here to edit. And then here in Magic Studio, where all the magic happens, what we can go ahead and do is go ahead and grab, let me see here. I can go ahead and grab text. So I click all text. I want to grab it all because I want to be able to edit it. Because what you'll end up doing is, if you wanted to actually sell this as an invitation, you would download the background as a full image, like just go to share and download as the background as a full image, and you would have to make the text editable. However, when you do stuff like this, it gets a little bit messier because look here, wait a minute, go back. Come on. Look here how it kind of left behind some elements here. You're going to have to clean that up. Like, it's not really worthwhile to go ahead and sell to somebody. And then look here too, here at the very top, right here, how that bow is kind of touching the top. I really wouldn't want that bow to be touching it that close to the actual edge. It might mess it up when people are trying to print it out or cut it out or stuff like that. So, you know, it ends up being a lot more work just trying to clean up the mess from using the actual tools, which is why I prefer to go ahead and download stuff deconstructed. So let me show you what I did. I went ahead and I uploaded in the uploads all of these different elements, the bow by itself, these actual little, let me see here, these little elements right here. And then I removed the background from all of them. So we'll click that up here at the top, remove the background of the individual elements. That enabled me to go ahead and manipulate them and kind of make something that was similar to what this design ended up being. So I'm going to go with this design. It looks different enough from this one to where I know that I'm not copying. However, I'm taking elements of what made this kind of sweet and special, right? I'm just using a different color. And I could have said, give me yellow, springtime yellow type stuff like this, add some little daisies to the side. It could be super, super cute. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do right now, or just kind of show you, is what I did. Let me go over here. I'm going to put our source material right there for our new design. And then let me show you what ended up happening? All of this now, all of this right here, could all be edited. I took everything that was here. I used the Magic Studio to go ahead and grab that text like I just showed you. I cleaned it up, made sure everything was nice and even here, and I simply followed what was right here on the side. So if you look at this, let me hit delete, and Canva, when you do grab text, as a side note, it actually shows you, like, it kind of tries to match up the text or the font with what it thinks it is. This is fairly close right here. This is actually fairly close to what's already right here. Let me go ahead and simmer this down. But I have more control. I have more control over this. I can go ahead and like click on the text. I can go ahead and like do the line spacing. I can go ahead and spread out the letters a bit more if I wanted to. And this is looking great, right? First class, love it. But here's how I got there. So I took the background, put that right here. I then locked the background down so it wouldn't move on me. Brought in the actual bow. I removed the background from the bow. Bow is looking good. I can go ahead and just increase the size if I want. Looking good. It's not so close to the edge. I can move it because I just didn't like drag it straight from the actual Google Gemini interface. And then I lock the bow down. So that can't move. Then I go over here to like the little elements that are right here. I go ahead and I remove the background again. And then I go to edit. Let's go over here. I go to edit. Oh, where are you going? And I go into Magic Studio. And that's when I go ahead and I start doing Magic Grab. Because when I grab something, I'm not going to click it. I'm going to just brush it over. When I grab something, I just want to use these particular elements. Just these. And I want to make certain that this kind of lifts off the design so I can put it wherever I want. I kind of like this too, but I think I'm going to, hold up. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot. If you change from brush to click, it'll go ahead and erase the stuff that you've already actually brushed over. Boo. All right, let me grab that. Okay, so now, all right, I can get rid of, let's lock this down too. I'm gonna lock down the other design so I can move this over here. And I can enlarge this a bit if I want. You know what, I think I actually want to, let me go here. I'm gonna unlock the background. And what I do want to do here, I want to make it more of that diagonal. So let me do that. Double click, increase and diagonal, because I wanted that kind of like slant portion. Much better. Okay, I'm loving that. Beautiful. Okay, so I have this here. This is, oh, shoot, I have to lock it again. Yeah, folks, this is like one of those things you just have to remember to lock stuff down. Otherwise, your design just goes wackadoo. All right, so same exact thing over here. Use that. I'm going to go ahead and just start grabbing elements, right? So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to edit. Once again, I'm going to do that magic grab that I so do enjoy to utilize. And I'm just going to go ahead and click. Ooh, maybe not click, because I was grabbing too much. Let's not do that. I don't need everything. I just need a little something. Give me that and give me this right here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Grab it. We're going to lift these two hearts off of the actual, initial design that's right here. Let me bring it on over here. I don't need this anymore. And at this point, I can just go ahead and play around with some stuff. I can put this right here. I can duplicate this if I want. If I'm really digging this little heart right here, which I was, if you look at that actual other design I'm going to show you here in just a bit, I can go ahead and put it here. I could shrink it if I so desire. There's lots that I can do with this. I can add some more flair, duplicate this off to the side. I can flip it horizontally to get it to be a little bit more, let me crop that so it's not coming off, to have it be a little bit more pretty. It's all about so that it looks kind of nice. And I'm trying to mirror as much as I can. I'm going to lock this in too. Mirror as much as I can what I see over here, right? So it's looking pretty good. I went ahead and I extracted the text like here, but except instead of like having to deal with this janky background, which it just jumped again, I was able to put it on a nice clean background here because I was able to place the images. It's all about control and placing the images appropriately. So this right here, let me zoom out. So this right here, once I was done capturing the actual text and doing the grab text, Canva Pro for the Magic Studio is the business. It's wonderful. Use it. So once that was all said and done, this is what I ended up with. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and just put this kind of big. Oh, no. Maybe not do that. I forgot how I'm actually sharing my screen. But if I can show you, this looks beautiful. This looks gorgeous, right? This you could sell on Etsy. Is it this? No. Does it have the actual aesthetic of it? Is it still pretty? Heck yes. Yes, it is. If I want to go in there again, like for example, and just go ahead and do some stuff, background removal, with the actual greenery and get rid of some of the actual whimsicalness, I could do something like this too. Looks janky right now, but you do a little bit of Magic Studio, you do some of that grab, that grab text, that grab item, and you're good to go. And you have a first-class, beautiful, beautiful product. So look at this right here. Tell me that's not pretty. Tell me like this isn't beautiful, right? This is fantastic. You could sell this right now. I'm astonished, like by my own work right now. So bottom line being is this. When you don't know how to design, you simply look at what's looking good, who the best people are in terms of like what's selling, what the best selling products are, that sort of thing. Use AI to go ahead and help you figure out a new design. I'm showing you right now some of these other options. Like I took this one design that I did for myself. This is my actual design that I did from, scratch. And then I'm like, give me some different layouts. Give me some different designs. It was like a milkshake bar type of thing. Give me this. It gave me that. Over here, oh, that's actually notebook. I'm like, give me a candygram flyer for Valentine's Day. Okay, that looks great. Give me a new layout. Give me something else. Right? So you have that option, okay? We live in a interesting time here. Interesting time. And if you are someone who is willing to learn, you're willing to work, you're willing to go ahead and study, there is nothing that you can't learn. There's nothing that you can't do. I believe in you. You got this. You have the tools. Give this a shot. Design something. Find a bestseller. Go into Nano Banana or into Gemini. Ask it to give you a design. Ask it to show you what looks good. And after a while, as you've actually been practicing this, you eventually will know what looks good. All right? So that's it. Don't worry about let's put all that to the side about the whole negativity. You do know. Well, if you don't quite know, you have help to kind of figure that out. It's all good. All right, you got this. Take care. So long.